Hey, so this is my second day. So, yes, it's in the evening, afternoon, and today's video. First I want to clarify this is Lalo and Lalo's craft side quests. And oh yeah, I will be kind of doing a video that I'm not used to doing as much or at all since I'm a newer YouTuber, but I think last week or a couple weeks ago, I started putting myself out there a little more, and I wanted to make my first pant, which is what I'm doing today or right now. And the pant I am working on is by, I think it's called like Dead Doll Crochet. And so that's what I've been working on recently. And so I thought I would do a better job with like a crochet with me and go over some like pants that would make sense if you're a beginner pant maker. I wanted a specific style of pant. That's why the pant I chose is a paid pant pattern. But I also recognize that not everybody has like a ton of money, and you know, maybe their access point for yarn is maybe secondhand or from somebody else's stash or from like Walmart, Michael's. Given that, I want to make sure that I come up with some things that are actually quite useful to the person who crochets and wants to start making some of their first garments. One of my first ever garment is the top. I have to repair the buttons, and I'm making a pair of pants. And this video is about pants. Now, since I'm a newer crocheter, I don't think I have anything to give as a pattern or how-tos, but this would be, or at least my hope for this video is this would be a centralized like location to start actually making your first pants and learning how to make your first pant. I've included free resources and paid resources. So I'm going to first establish some ground rules. Alright, let's go over the first category, shorts. This category also is the category with the most tutorials out there. I'm not going to be able to name exactly their specific YouTube handles, but I am going to flash the screenshot either in front of my face or off to the side somewhere. But I will be linking everything in the description box. Either as some sort of attachable link document or some form of it'll just be like a list in the description box. And so this category has the most tutorials that are out there that will take you from zero to at least shorts. And in my opinion, if you want to go take it all the way down to the floor, relatively easy to do. You just have to realize that outside of the basic shaping you might need to do for, say, your hips or your bum, or for how long you might need to go, or your crotch depth, which is the distance from the top or waistband, like on mine, from the waistband down to when the pants split. That's the thing that I'm gonna tell you that you can't do with all of them, but they are first advertised as shorts. I do want to have a couple of honorable mentions though. This specific one that I have open, it's called the How to Crochet a Pair of Shorts, Full Coverage, No Stitch Gaps, Any Size, and it's a crochet tutorial. This one is an honorable mention if you are like yeah, I like to have shorts, but I don't want them micro, but you do want more coverage, perhaps widen them out a bit, so that way you don't have to, show your cheeks unless you want to. If you want to purchase a pattern, these Crochet Sunday shorts by ChloeXcrochet, I have used a couple of Chloe's patterns before, and she almost always does made to measure. So if you're the type, if you need like a printable, and you don't mind paying like maybe $5 to $8 on Etsy, I do like ChloeXcrochet's patterns. I know she has other pant patterns, but we're talking you're a beginner and you need a printable to kind of take with you. Maybe you can't have your phone with you all the time. Go on ahead and use this. Her patterns are very, very clear for the most part. I haven't tried these myself, but this might be like one that I will do if I have leftover either of this yarn or any leftover cotton yarn from a knitting project / the pen and line top that I'm going to be working on next. Next category, pants. We're now fully, we're not talking shorts anymore. We're going to pants. Full on, this is going to be your beach cover-up pant. This is going to be your sweat pant. This is going to take you from 0 to pant. Now, there is the Crochet Easy V-stich pants, and it's all sizes. This creator, this one's a very relaxed style. The way she styled it, she has another top that she also has a tutorial for. She does have a printable, so not only does she have this as a YouTube channel tutorial, if you want to support her more directly instead of maybe doing a membership or whatever, I encourage you to purchase the printables too if you'd like. But it's all on there. She will take you from chain stitch, the initial chain stitch, all the way down to pant. I at least kind of skipped around a little bit and I noticed that. Here's the pant pattern that almost made it to the one I actually started. And this one's by, I think her name is also Kayla. I'll flash the correct name on there. But the pants is called the Lily Pants. On Ravelry, she does not have an Etsy, but on Ravelry you can purchase her pants there. But her YouTube tutorial is totally free, and it will take you from your first chain stitch to pant. It is also a made to measure pant style. She will walk you through every single step of going from waistband. Her waistband is single crochet back loop only, and then she will show you how to do increases. So this one might give a slightly more tailored look if you want to start with a smaller waistband and then work your way to a bigger size. But if you want to support her in that, go on ahead and purchase her printable. It is a full tutorial. The next one, it is an Etsy pants, and it's a wide leg pant. It is a similar style to the Lily pant. But if you want a little bit more of a boho, I don't think it's as tailored as the Lily pants could be, but the style also is mostly half double crochet or half double crochet. The next pair of pants are called Hip Hugger. This is a very scrappy crochet pant. It looks to be half double, right? But if you got some yarn to use up, if you want to match kind of the style, you don't mind some yarn pieces kind of hanging out as long as you knot them at the end. This one actually might be a fun one. If you want to go on ahead and make something like that, I think this will be fun. The next one, I'm going to bring up is the main body of the where your bum is, your crotch area is a single or half double crochet short. It looks like, but it has a really nice mesh detail all the way down to the ground, and pretty much mesh is some form of double crochet, maybe triple crochet, and then you chain like maybe 2 or 3, and then you go back down for that double crochet when you start attaching it to the row. So very simple way to achieve a mesh. I'm assuming, I have not tried this pattern before, but I'm going to go on a limb and say like this is one of those variances that I was talking about earlier, where this stitch is stitches you already know. This is just a new way of combining those stitches in a way that will still bring uniqueness and something different to your own style, whatever you want to do. This will probably make an excellent either going out and hanging out with friends pant, or some form of pant if you want to cover up your bikinis or the lower half of your swimwear. This next one also is a wide leg granny. So if you are, I did not know how to do granny squares, but if you're like, you know how to do granny squares. This entire pant is not granny square, but it is all granny stitches. So you will not be making any granny squares with this one. I know some people have some love-hate relationship. Excuse me. Ooh, sneeze. Okay. I know not everybody loves to have, a granny square pant. ChloeXcrochet makes a really pretty granny square pant style, and it's really, really nice looking, but not everybody likes that. She also does have a pant pattern where there's front coverage, but the sides has some X's on it, so I check her out. There's another one. I have next is the Palazzo Pants. It also looks to be half double crochet all the way down, so it's an even wider leg. So if you want something definitely more flowy, I suggest you go lighter weight with the yarns if you're gonna do this one. But it is going to be flowy and wide-legged. So if you want something a little bit more, I don't know if polished is the right word, but if you want something, that's going to kind of move around with you, kind of like a skirt would, this would be a good pattern. This next pair, it is not a granny square, but I chose it because it does use granny stitches. The connections to connect all the granny stitches are at least double crochet. And the reason why I bring that up is this one has pockets. And if you're anything like me, you would love a good pant with pockets. Everything up until this point doesn't have pockets yet, but this sweat pant one, it has pockets. It has pockets, and if you're willing to line them, has pockets. Okay, next. Now we're gonna go somewhere right in the middle. Now, I'm going to include the one I'm working on right now in this one because of its potential to be kind of what you want. Now, this is the crochet pattern that I'm working on right here. It is called the bell bottom pant. This one has a wide leg at the bottom, so it's got everything tailored up to your knee, but when you are ready to kind of let it flare out, you can really have a bit of a statement with this one. But the reason why I'm including it in the kind of somewhere in the middle pant is because you can very well stop before the knee, and those are capris. So if you want to go all the way to your knee and tailor it down, this pattern does kind of walk you through to get you there. Um, I can tell it was made by a newer pattern designer, but I'm the type of person that even if they're newer, sometimes you want to give them a chance. And so, from what in considering that I have already gone from waistband and now I'm split for the leg with her pattern, as a beginner, I'd say it's pretty decent writing on her on this behalf. So if you feel that it's not good enough, I've also added another capri pant pattern. This one is a tie one, the one for the Dead Doll Crochet one. She initially designed it for it to just be as the waistband on its own, but in her pattern, she also says you can use the tie to tighten the waistband if you like. This one also uses a similar technique, but it also is perfectly okay if you use a back loop only stitch. So this one's a capri. This next one, and I think I'm gonna call it done here for as far as pants go. This next one is lounge shorts. I also added this one in because it is a tie waistband, and it is somewhere in between the kind of shorts with the stripes that are full coverage versus the ones that are just like really wide and blown out. But this one gives basketball shorts pretty much. Alright, so I'm gonna end the video here. And I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you for crocheting with me, whether I was just blabbing in the background or not. If you want more of these kinds of videos, feel free to let me know. Do keep in mind I am also a beginner myself, but I felt like beginners should help each other whenever we can. If you feel that my content is valuable to you, feel free to like, subscribe. I don't know about hype. I don't think I'm there yet in my videos, but feel free to like and subscribe if you'd like. I'd be happy to kind of have you here. I mainly focus on secondhand sewing. I'm learning to crochet. I'm learning to knit. And so I also post some stuff on shorts. It seems to be a bit more of a fun time over there. But I hope this is useful for you. And so thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Maybe with a video on something else. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But thank you, and see you later.